Greetings and salutations YouTube, it's Hadrian here. How's everyone doing today? Hope you guys are all doing fantastic. Welcome to a new video. As you can tell from the title, today is going to be a handbag rehab. But if you guys love thrifting videos, thrift hauls, vlogs, and handbag rehabs, don't forget to subscribe, hit the little bell button for notifications. And don't forget to check out my other videos. I'll have them linked in the top right hand corner. Go to my Facebook and Instagram, itsHadrian, just like it's spelled here, and check out my shop at itsHadrian.com where I have my thrifted treasures for sale. And this item is actually going to be in that shop once we finish fixing it up. Now, I already did kind of like the preliminary stuff on this bag, so I just conditioned it up and cleaned it. If you want to see one of those videos for how to do that, definitely check out one of my conditioning and cleaning videos that I'll have linked in the description box down below. For this video today, we're going to be doing a color refresh, and like black colored bags are my favorite bags because they are the easiest to kind of like refresh and make super brand new looking again. And this bag is actually in really great shape, except some of the corners you can see right there, this is actually missing a foot, but and right here and right here, they are kind of turning green. It was actually a lot lighter before I conditioned it, but once you condition it, it brings out some of that color, but it does not bring it all back, especially when it's been so worn in. And there are like light scratches, as you can see right here. And sometimes the like color touch-ups will get rid of some of these marks, or at least make them a little bit harder to see, or pretty much invisible. So for what we're going to be doing today, we're going to be using just one product, and it is the Kiwi leather dye. Now this is a amazing dye. It is not like regular dyes when you're coloring something. This is more of a touch-up, more of like a refresh. The what's it called? The dye itself is not as pigmented, and it doesn't leave like a streaky look to the bag. So even if you're only going to do one part, like say just like right here, you're not going to see like this giant circle. You're like, it's going to melt into the bag, and it's going to be really nice. It's going to be really easy to use, and I love this so much. So this is like a really easy hack to use when you want to refresh a black colored bag. You don't have to buy like a bottle of black dye online, and when you do buy that dye online, it's totally fine to use, but you have to be more careful because when you use that, it can get kind of streaky looking. So we're going to be using this today. I'm just going to put a little piece of cardboard underneath our bag today, and we're just going to shake this up, and we're going to go. You can buy this. I'm going to have it linked down in the description box if you guys are interested in purchasing this, but you can get this at pretty much any store. You can even get these sometimes at the grocery store. Definitely Walmart, definitely Target. You can even sometimes find these for $1 at the Dollar Tree, which is awesome. So just shake it up, make sure it's nice and mixed all up inside the bottle. And I love this because it has a nice sponge applicator, which is a really easy way to like apply the dye. So we're just gonna work right here. I'm going to zoom in a little bit right there so you can see how it looks. Okay, so here we are. I am missing a foot, so just like don't look at that. But we're just gonna shake up the bottle, and then we're just gonna apply right here. You have to just push a little bit, apply a little pressure to get the dye flowing, but that's pretty much it. This solution dries really quickly also, so that's like another really good thing about this. And I'm just gonna kind of go all along the corner just because that whole side is kind of like light in appearance, and I'm gonna kind of just take it out a little bit and go along the front. There's a lot of like light scratching that I want to minimize on this bag, and that's one way to, people ask like how to prevent that. I say it's conditioning the bag. When you condition the bag, it's just like your skin. When your skin is conditioned, you're not going to get like scratches as easily as when your skin is dry. It makes it more brittle and all that. Let me actually move back just a tad bit so you can see more of what's happening. And if you get a little bit on the hardware, don't fret, because that will come right off if you just wipe it off with a little leather conditioner, a little water. Just make sure to do it right away, or else it's a little bit harder to get off, but you can still definitely get it off with nail polish remover, acetone, or rubbing alcohol as well. And like I said, the solution dries really quickly. It'll be dry to the touch within a few minutes. Oh, sorry, excuse me, I have like a horrible cough right now. But once you let it dry, for about 24 to 48 hours, it's not going to rub off on your clothes or anything. It's going to be perfect to use. And it's going to be just like you use regular dye. And this is just a regular dye. It's just a little bit more specified and geared towards more of just a color refresh. Like, you can use this to dye something from, like, say if you were going to dye something white to black. You can use this, but the thing is, it's not as pigmented. It's going to take a lot longer to use, and it's going to be just like a pain. You would just want to use a regular leather dye, which is like, there's like lots of different dyes that you can use for certain things. You can actually get a clear dye and mix it with a regular dye to kind of like dilute it a little bit, and you can actually use that as a color refresh too. And I'll probably cover that in another video. If you guys are interested in that, let me know down in the comments below. But for black, this is always a lot easier. It's a lot cheaper. This bottle will last you forever. I use this bottle all the time, and I've had it for about a year, and it is like so good. So do you see these scratches right here? We're gonna try and fill these in a little bit, and these are the scratches that I'm talking about that sometimes will be covered or completely gone when you just use a little dye, and we'll see how it looks once it's dry. But I have confidence that a lot of it is going to pretty much essentially disappear once it dries up after you put some dye on it. And we're just gonna do these corners right here. These corners, like when you have a black bag, they tend to, like when they dry up and start to lose a little color, they tend to turn like greenish or bluish or even purplish. And just doing a quick touch up with the dye will bring it back. Like right here, you can see how kind of like greenish that is. And just a little dab of color, and it's gonna be black, and it's going to literally look brand new. I'm just doing the top corners, and it's usually the corners again that get the most wear because they get the most friction. So corners of the bags, usually the back of the bag. This is the back right here, and it has a lot more color loss and scratching than the front, and that's again increased friction, has an increased amount of like surface wear to your leather handbag. And I'm just literally going across this whole back section because there's so much scratching, like light scratching, and sometimes the conditioner can get it out, but sometimes it doesn't do as good of a job as kind of just like re-dyeing. And the re-dyeing it isn't going to remove the scratching, but it's going to kind of like fill in the scratch. So in certain angles you can still definitely see it. It's not like 100% coverage. It's kind of like with makeup, like you're not going to be able to cover up, like say like acne scars completely with makeup, but you can kind of camouflage them, and that's essentially what you're doing with this leather dye. And you can see right here too, there's a lot of color loss in this corner right here. We're going to fill that in nicely and easily, and pretty much we finished up this whole entire bag, and it has only been a few minutes. And again, we're just going to let this dry up, and then I'll show you guys how it looks. Sometimes you need a couple more coats, but usually you only need really one, especially because it's just a color touch-up. So I will be back with you guys and show you how the bag looks after it has dried. Alright you guys, so I am back. It's been about 5-10 minutes, and the bag is looking fantastic. It's already dry to the touch. It's not gonna like, you can touch it, it's not gonna transfer onto your skin. Again though, don't use it for 24 to 48 hours just to be safe, because it could still rub off from friction. But after that, it's gonna be good to go. It's not gonna come off on your clothes or on your skin or anything. And look at the back. Look how fantastic it looks. It did cover up a lot of those scratches. Again, you can still kind of see them from certain angles, but it looks exponentially better. And that is like what I'm telling you the magic is with just a quick color refresh. It looks fantastic. And that's why I love dyeing handbags black. Like, I don't necessarily like using black handbags too much. Like, none of my bags are actually black. I think I only have maybe 1 or 2 black handbags, and everything else is a color. But when you're like rehabbing a bag that's like kind of like down on the dumps and has kind of been discarded and you just need something, the easiest to color, like the easiest color to use is always black, because you really can't go wrong with it. And if you find a black handbag at the store that needs a little TLC, again, just kiwi leather dye, shoe dye is the best way to go. I'm not being sponsored by Kiwi, but Kiwi, if you are watching this and you would like to sponsor me, I love you guys so much. Yeah, so here we are, the finished product. Super easy, took less than 10 minutes, maybe 20 minutes total from like application to drying time to like what I'm showing you guys right here and right now. But then again, also don't forget 24 to 48 hours. I can't stress that enough. You don't want this on your clothes, but after that it's gonna be good to go. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. Hope you guys had fun. Let me know down below in the comments if you guys have done any handbags rehabs recently. I love hearing about them, and tag me on Instagram. Tag me at itsHadrian. I'd love to see your work as well. And if you guys love these kind of videos, don't forget to subscribe, hit the little bell button for notifications, and don't forget to tune in tomorrow for a new video. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you then. Bye. They have a giant Oreo cookie jar from Progressive Promotions, Inglewood. This is cool. I kind of like that. Give me a good reason to have some more cookies around the house. Let's see if there's... I like that the rainbow mug, that's kind of fun. Any Starbucks ones